thank the authorities of Annamalainagar University for making this lecture to create an awareness under the Institution's Innovation Council. So definitely this lecture will be helpful to you what to do after your BSc Agriculture program. So that is what we are prepared for that, and we are ready to enlighten you about what you are going to do after the graduation, after obtaining your degree. So in today's lecture, we are going to discuss about the career and entrepreneurial options for agriculture graduates. So this is the right time for organizing this program, so that we can easily able to give you an awareness about what to do after your BSc Agriculture program, because you are already open your eyes about the entrepreneurial options, whatever available after the graduation. So some of you are very much interested in entrepreneurship, some of you are ready to go for other careers, other options. So I have compiled both entrepreneurial options as well as the other options which are available for you after the graduation. But in this lecture, I am ready to give you the much importance to the entrepreneurial options, and also I will touch upon the other options which are available after the graduation, so that it will be useful to you, no doubt in that. So let me go ahead to the topic, because you all may be knowing that, especially our CND batch students, already I'm handling subject also, so I'm known to you. And for the other batch, AD batch, so I'm new to you. So anyhow, we will discuss about day-to-day activities are depend on agriculture only, other 20% only the other professions, whatever it may be. And it provides raw material for various industries and which supports the rural livelihoods and contributes significantly to national GDP. There is no doubt in that without agriculture it is not at all possible to happen all these things. And nowadays the technology has been advanced, you know that, because we are now in the technology development of artificial intelligence and IoT of things and all those things. You all may be knowing well about it, isn't it? So that also incorporated in the agriculture to enhance the productivity and also to make the sustainable agriculture production to feed the population, because we know that our country is most populous in the world. We are number one. But anyhow, we are sustained in the food production also, hope you know. And in the today's lecture, what we are going to discuss means, you are going to choose some path. So I have given 4 different paths. You can choose any one. So either you can go ahead to the higher studies and research, and government sector jobs. The third one is private sector jobs, then entrepreneurship and self-employment. So you can choose any one, so that you can fix it as your career. So accordingly you can grow from the first year onwards. So let me first start the higher education and research. You may be knowing that after the BSc graduation you can go ahead with the MSc AG for the period of 2 years in different subjects. For example, agronomy, entomology, plant pathology, agriculture, economics, extension, etc. So for which there will also be examinations also. That is ICR entrance examination is there, then state agriculture universities, they are conducting separate exams, then CSIR NET exam is also there. So those who are preferring MSc AG, you can go ahead with any one of the way, through which you can also get a fellowships. Then MBA in Agribusiness Management, this is another option. It is again a 2-year program. So the institute which offers MBA, Agribusiness Management, so top institutes I am telling, other state agriculture universities will also offer the same. IIM, then National Institute of Agriculture Marketing, then Indian Institute of Rural Management, and also Manage. So these are all the institutes which offers MBA in Agribusiness Management. Those who are going to get a degree MBA in Agribusiness Management, they will be placed in a top position in the companies. So even now I can able to cite one of the example. One of my close relative, he completed MBA in Agribusiness Management, and he has placed in IPL Biologicals. and afterwards he obtained a job in Federal Bank also as a manager. So in that way, so this gives a lot of opportunities for a settlement of career. Then for which you can also write the entrance examinations, CAT, then MAT, GMAT, then ICR, AIEA. So in that way you can go ahead with that. Then there will be a lot of opportunities in the foreign, especially the countries like Japan, Canada, then Netherlands. There will be a lot of opportunities for the agri graduates. So only thing is we have to explore that. So recently we have organized a meeting in the same hall that was addressed by one of my classmates, Dr.A. Now he is having a own company, that is Miyabi Agri Science. That is a Hyderabad-based company, but he has worked for more than 20 years in Japan. And now he has started a new company, that is Miyabi Agri Science in Hyderabad. But he is in Japan. He is running a company in Hyderabad. You just imagine how he is taking a task. Okay, so he addressed our students under the different banner. For example, so now we are talking about the in this program. Likewise, our placement cell organized another program. So in that program, he has addressed about the opportunities for the agri graduates in Japan. So only thing is you have to learn the Japan language, Japanese. So that is very important because you know that Japanese does not know much about English. Okay, so either you have to go ahead with the French, Japanese or German. So these three languages will give you a lot of job opportunities in the foreign countries. So those who are aspiring or ready to go for the foreign countries like Japan and the German, etc., you have to learn their own language. That is giving 50% assurity for getting jobs. Even the diploma graduates, agri diploma graduates will also get a lot of opportunities. But for that, we are BSc Agri graduates, you will have a plenty of opportunities there. So you can also browse materials regarding this, and you can also try to learn the language. Then you can easily go ahead there and you can earn like anything. Okay. Then there are different scholarships are also available that our students are does not know much about this. So we have to search what are the different types of scholarships are available. So for example, Netaji Subhash Scholarship, ICR International Fellowship, then SARC Agricultural PhD Fellowship, then Joint Japan or World Bank Graduate Scholarship Program, then DAD Scholarship. So various countries they are offering scholarships. So only thing is we have to search what are the scholarships are available and how we can apply for that and what is the mode of application, then what is the eligibility for that. All these things you should try to know. Then only you can obtain the places. Otherwise it is not at all possible because spending money is very difficult, isn't it? If you are going for countries like Canada or Japan, our money will be very less, isn't it? Money value. So definitely we cannot able to afford. So only one or two or very few people can able to afford. But for others it is difficult. Then other scholarships will also be available. You can just search and try to know that. Then looking into the government sector jobs. This is the second. So either higher education, research, that is the first one. Then the second one is government sector jobs. What are the jobs which are being given by the government sector? That also you should know. So accordingly you can plan yourself. So for the Citibank students already told. So what you have to do after the BSc Agri program or what you have to do now itself. So then only you can gear up at the end of the degree program. So in that way you should try to know that State Department of Agriculture, Government of Tamil Nadu, under which there will be a agriculture officer. You all may be knowing about it, isn't it? Then Institute of Banking Personnel Selection, IBPS. Actually, under this, one of my student, MSc student, he has completed BSc. Now he has joined as MSc Agri Entomology. He is allotted to me under my guidance. He is working. Now he has selected for this agriculture field officer job. He will be going for interview. So he applied 4 days leave. he is going to apply, attend the interview. So probably he is going to get a job. So only thing is, you should also try to know when it is going to be called for, when they are going to give a call for that, when is the examination, interview, and what is the procedure, where from the questions are coming. All those things you should try to know. Suddenly if you are going and writing, it is not at all possible to crack the examination. Okay. Then National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development, NABARD. So there will also be a call for, that is assistant manager or manager, such type of jobs are given advertisement. So for which you have to periodically refer or check the employment news. How many of you are going through the employment news? How many of you heard about the employment news? It is weekly or daily or monthly? Please raise your hands. Okay, so students should try to know what is the employment news. It is a paper, it is weekly. Varam oru mura and the employment news varum. You can go to our library, you can able to see the employment news. We are already subscribed the employment news. You can go ahead with the different type of job opportunities and call for UPSC, TNPSC and other examinations. All those things you come to know from that employment news. Okay, how many of you visited our library, faculty library? Okay, only very few students have visited. All others should try to visit whenever you find a free time. So instead of talking in the leisure hours, you can go to the library and you just go through the employment news so that you come to know what are the job opportunities are available for which we are qualified also. What is the question pattern and everything. Then UPSC, there will be a State Forest Department under which Forest Officer. Then Food Corporation of India, FCA, wherein the food inspector as well as manager, all those jobs are being given call for our agri graduates. Then Central Warehousing Corporation, CWC. It is again CWC and FCA, Food Corporation of India. All these organizations are located in Chidambaram also. You can see these organizations in the Salem Road, Bhuvanagiri Road, clear. You can able to see that. Then National Fertilizers Limited, like IFCO, you may be knowing about IFCO. Then Agricultural Insurance Company of India Limited, that is AIC, wherein administrative officers. The National Seed Corporation, State Seed Development Corporation, then Cotton Corporation of India, Fertilizers and Chemicals Travancore Limited, FACT, and all those things, they are giving lot of opportunities for the agri graduates. So far we have discussed about the two different aspects, higher education, government jobs. Higher education and research, then government jobs. Then coming into the private sector. So private sector plays a major role in the agriculture. So without which we cannot run the show. Because you know about the agricultural inputs. Agricultural inputs like insecticides, weedicides, fungicides, rodenticides, and also fertilizers, biostimulants, growth regulators. All may be knowing about all these products or the inputs. Even organic products like compost, then what do you call that, vermicompost, farmyard manures, all those things which gives what do you call that, nowadays it is available in the market, and there are different companies are also there and they are playing a major role in the agriculture sector, and they are also giving lot of job opportunities for our agriculture graduates. For example, in the agrochemical companies, you can able to get a trial manager, then field support and extension services, product development manager, regulatory affairs and quality control, sales and marketing executive, research and development. Because each and every company will have their own research unit, in which they are going to appoint a BSc AG or MSc completed students as researchers. Similarly, they are also going to have a separate unit called regulatory, in which they are going for registration of pesticides. And the third segment is the sales. Many of our students are working in R&D of the companies, as well as regulatory, as well as in the sales and marketing. Okay, that too our students are excel in the private sectors, especially agrochemical companies, and they are in higher position. Even one of my classmates is in the position of national manager in a company, and one another senior, he is again look after the portfolio of products nationwide. So insecticides as well as fungicide. So likewise, many of our agri graduates, the entomologists, the pathologists, the agronomists, they are working in a top positions in the agrochemical companies. Apart from that, the various level like trial managers or otherwise product development managers, all those people are working, and they are from our campus. Many of our students are my juniors. They are in a very good position. Then here I have given you a list of companies. So many companies are there. So just we have given only few example of few companies only. So for example, in the case of fertilizer companies, you may be knowing about the IFCO and Coromandel, the Tata Chemicals, FACT, and also NFL. These are all the known companies to you, because some of the students hailing from villages and their families having a background of farming. So they used to know FACT being solitary fertilizer or Factam Pass. Adhe madri IFCO products, isn't it? You might have seen that. But nowadays there are so many other products are also coming, organic products, that we will discuss a little later. And look into the insecticide companies. So I have given a list of Bayer, Syngenta, then BASF, Indophil, DuPont, Rallis, Dhanuka, Nagarjuna, Dow Agri Sciences, then Anu Products, and also UPL, United Phosphorus Limited. So only we have listed few companies and known companies only. Apart from this, hundreds of companies are there. So they are giving employment to the agri graduates as well as for the other graduates. But we are going to get a priority. We are going to get a priority in that, because we have already completed agriculture. So we are having a background of agriculture. So we will be given priority. But for that, what we have to do is, we have to develop our skills. We are going to get a degree, no doubt in that, after 4 years. But we have to acquire the skill. Skill means communication, then subject, and also your ability. So all these things has to be enriched during the 4 years of period. So only if you are having a degree, you won't get job. Definitely I can say. Without skill, you cannot able to survive. Without communication, it is difficult. Hard work is essential, necessary, that is different. Okay. Then the job opportunities in the other aspects, namely food processing companies. So wherein we have quality control officer, production managers, then food safety analysts. Then in the case of large farms, farm managers. If you go to Ooty or Kodaikanal, there will be a very big estates. That is also being managed by our graduates, like estate manager. So they are looking after the growth as well as application of fertilizers, then application of other inputs like insecticides, pesticides, etc. Okay. Then agri-tech startups and companies. So wherein we can also have different job opportunities like data analysts, then drone operators, then banking and finance, wherein especially in the private banks, they are also offering agricultural loan officer, then insurance advisor. So like that, they are also in the private banks also they are appointing, because it is mandatory to have one agriculture graduate for approving the loans. Others cannot do that because they don't know much about the agriculture. So it is mandate for the banks to appoint an agriculture graduate for making the loans and other things. Then finally, we are giving much importance to the entrepreneurship opportunity. So far, I have given you an outline about the three different aspects: higher education, research, then government jobs, then private sector jobs. In the private sector also, I have concentrated only on agrochemical companies because it deals with the entomology, pathology, and also microbiology. But apart from that, you may be knowing that genetics and plant breeding, GPB. So that involves with the production of seeds. Nowadays, you all may be knowing very well about seed companies. There are so many seed companies are there, Indo-American seeds, R.C. seeds. Likewise, so many seed companies are there, especially flower seed production companies. So flower seeds are very, very costlier. Single seed will be priced. So recently I have purchased a African marigold hybrid. One seed is 1 rupee. One seed is 1 rupee. So in that way, the seed companies will also play a major role in the agricultural sector next to agrochemical companies. Okay, so coming to the entrepreneurial opportunities. Okay, so these are all about the jobs. So you have to go and work under some other persons or some other institute or some other firm. You are under the other's control. But in the case of entrepreneurship, you are the owner, you are going to be the owner, and you are the deciding authority. And you can grow at any level. Whereas if you are working under a company, they will fix the pay to you. Isn't it? If you are working under a government, they will fix the pay. For example, for me, already university has fixed the pay and I am getting it. Suppose if I am owning a company, I am having my own company, I can expand like anything. Isn't it? So that again needs a skill, without which it is very difficult to sustain or survive or expand. So in that way, so we can go ahead with the agri input stores. You all may be knowing that. Agri clinic board la paathirupeenga. So nowadays the government is also giving subsidy, as well as government is also giving support for making the agri input stores for the agriculture graduates. For example, pesticide shops or the fertilizer shops, or otherwise the mixed together agrovet shop, both agriculture as well as the veterinary products will be sold, will be sold in the same form, same shop. So in that way, we can also go ahead in that line. So many of my juniors, even some of my students, they have started agri input stores, especially in the Attur area and also in the Perambalur area. They have started a agri input store, especially pesticides and seeds. Because you know very well that the Attur area is very, very famous for cotton and also maize. If anybody is coming from Attur, you may be knowing that. Seed, these fertilizer shops, they are having a very good relationship with the farmers, and they are also earning a very good amount. Because the intensive agriculture is being done there. So such a places we have to choose and we have to establish a centers. Unless and otherwise it is not at all possible to succeed. So we have to identify hot spots. Then only we can promote our products as well as our sales, so by which we can easily able to succeed in that agri input stores. Then agri processing units. So the allied activities also we can start. Allied activities. So you know that agriculture is always with the allied activity. So any farmer, if you visit their farming field, you can able to see there is a allied activity called poultry farming, or otherwise they will also having a cattle yard. Then they will be rearing some goats. So likewise, any one of the activity we can take up. So either poultry, dairy or fishery business. So either it may be allied activity or otherwise we can go ahead directly. So that we will get a, already we know little bit about the poultry. Already you are undergoing a course, animal husbandry, isn't it? There is 2 or 3 different courses you are undergoing in a basic agri program. So definitely you come to know how to do it, what to do it, what not to do it. All those things you come to know. Then you can go ahead with that. Then other, for example, the value-added products like making pickles, then oils and dairy products. So all those things we can easily able to take. Agri processing units and also the allied activities. Then coming to the pure entrepreneurial as well as the allied activity of the agriculture, we can go ahead with the beekeeping and honey production. What is beekeeping? Rearing of honeybees. Rearing of honeybees. So even we can keep 1 or 2 beehives in our home, or otherwise we can keep 5 or 10 hives in a small orchard, or we can keep some 15 or 20 numbers of honeybee boxes in a coconut orchard, or whatever may be the orchard. Either it is pomegranate orchard, or it is a guava orchard, whatever it may be. So we can also earn an additional income through the honey production, because it is one of the entrepreneurial activity for which the government is also giving subsidy for that, and even the government is ready to give 1 or 2 boxes freely to the farmers. There is a separate scheme is there. The agriculture officers, they are involving in that, and they are giving subsidy, and they are giving trainings to the farmers also, and the farmers will get trained and they will establish 1 or 2 colonies initially, then they will go ahead with the increasing the numbers of colonies. So by which they are going to increase their income. Apart from the agriculture activity, so they can become an entrepreneur, and they will earn an additional income, and they can able to earn, and they can able to uplift their family very easily by doing this. So not only the beekeeping gives an employment to the rural youths or the rural women, in addition to that, these bees will be involving in the pollination service. That is very, very important. If you are keeping these beehives in a orchard, you can easily able to improve your productivity or the production of the crops. The yield will get increased. Especially some of the crops, cross-pollinated crops, will completely depend on the external source like insects for the pollination. So that way we can increase the yield. Okay, so beekeeping not only gives the honey, in addition to that, pollination to the farmer. So yield will get increased. Similarly, honey production will also be there. Especially you can able to know that the beekeeping is very familiar in Kanyakumari district. So beekeeping, if you say the name or if you say the word beekeeping, Kanyakumari is the #1 in Tamil Nadu for beekeeping. So many farmers, especially those who are having rubber plantations, they used to keep the beehives there, and they are earning an additional income. So it is one of the entrepreneurial and important entrepreneurial activity by the farmers of Kanyakumari district. Now it has been slowly spread. So even Salem, Namakkal area, so wherein the coconut plantations are rising slowly, so there is also increasing of this activity, entrepreneurial activity. And now we have also started in the coastal areas, because the coastal rural youths and the rural farmers will be educated through certain training programs which are organized by our own department, so to improve as well as to uplift the farmers through this beekeeping in the coastal areas. But we know that coastal areas are a little bit prone to the cyclone, then heavy rainfall and all those things. But anyhow, we are trying. Our own department, entomology, is trying for that, and we are conducting certain trainings also for that. Okay, so it is one of the important activity. Then the next activity is sericulture. It is another one of the entrepreneurial activity. So if you are interested, you can take up this sericulture. So by which we can rear the silkworms and we can produce the silk and we can go ahead with the selling of silks. So the silkworm or the silk production is also familiar in Salem areas. Salem, Krishnagiri and Hosur areas, the silk production is more when compared to the other areas. Even you may be knowing about the Kanjipuram is famous for silk, but it is for the sales. But for the production is Salem and Hosur areas. Okay, and as per the country is concerned, Karnataka ranks first in the silkworm rearing and silk production. So that is also another entrepreneurial activity. So we can easily go ahead with the farming of that mulberry, as well as we can go ahead with the rearing of silkworms. So throughout the year we can get it. Okay, so the beekeeping as well as doing sericulture, all those things we can get a throughout year income. That is another important point. If you are growing a sugarcane crop, you can get an income after 10 months to 12 months. But if you are doing this, like a flower cultivation, you may be knowing that. If you are growing some flowers, you can get daily income. On alternate day, you can harvest the flowers and you can get the income. Likewise, we can also able to get a throughout the year income periodically, so that the money flow will be there and the farmers will be more convenient. Then the next one is insect farming. Insect farming. So what is it? What do you mean by insect farming? It is nothing but a practice of raising of breeding insect as like a livestock, because we are having a livestock in our home, isn't it? So like goat or the poultry or a cattle or a cow, whatever it may be. So likewise, the insect is also being reared or cultured in the home itself, and it will be sold for the purpose of making it as a feed to the other animals. Okay, or otherwise we can also able to get a silk, honey, lac and other things. That is common, you know that. Already we discussed about the production of silk, we discussed about the production of honey, so I don't want to touch upon that. So in addition to that, lac is also there. I will tell you in the next slide what is lac and how it is being produced and all. Then insect tea. So that is also being done. Because for that insect farming is being done, and insect are also being reared for the purpose of food as well as a feed, dye, for other purposes. Even in the Hindu, February 9, I think 9 or 8, the Sunday magazine, there was a insect appetite. So when you are having a habit of reading newspaper, you can able to see the magazine Hindu that is being published every Sunday. In that they have covered one full page, insect appetite. So in which state of the country is eating what type of insect? Okay, I will also share that picture in the group also, so that you come to know, because the article which clearly shows the insects which are used as a food for the human beings, and what will be its calorie value, and how far it is what do you call that, balancing the diet in the future. All those things are clearly analyzed in it. Okay. So apart from that, you can also able to see the list of insects which are given here. Silkworms, already I told you about production of silk, and I told that it is one of the important entrepreneurial activity. So not only the silkworm produce silk, in addition to that, it will also be useful for feeding the fishes. Because you know that fish cultivation will also be there, fish culturing will also be there, isn't it? So for which we are giving certain materials as a food. So the pupa and the waste materials of these silkworms will also be taken up and that will be utilized as a feed. So that is also nowadays a commercial activity and entrepreneurial activity. And the next one is mealworms. So we call it as a tenebrio. It is again a beetle. Okay, it's a beetle, mealworms. So I have given you a photograph here. You just able to see. Actually, this is a picture which is captured from the laptop. So in which you can able to see an Amazon. All you may be knowing about Amazon, Flipkart. So wherein you can able to get the mealworms. It is mainly being used for feeding animals, domestic animals. So because nowadays the entrepreneurial activity is predominant in the production of mealworms, there are several companies have been started newly in India for culturing these mealworms and selling through the online. But it is already predominant in foreign countries, because you know that foreign people, they are very much, what do you call that, they have a hobby of having pet dogs, pet animals. So for which it is given as a food. Understand? So the same thing is also coming over here. So the cultivation or culturing or production of the mealworms is one another entrepreneurial activity. Nowadays the government is also facilitating for establishing that units also. Then buffalo worm, it is nothing but otherwise called as a small mealworms. The same one. Then lac insects. Lac culture, it is also being one another allied activity, lac culture. Cultivation of lac. It is nothing but an insect which produces the lac. In Tamil we call it as arak. Hope you may be knowing that. Generally if you are going to post office, you can able to see. For making seal and all, they are using it. And also it is being used for making nail polish and lipsticks and other things, because it is like a waxy material. So that is being produced by mainly the lac insects. So culturing of lac, but it is not that much predominant in Tamil Nadu, because it is being predominantly cultivated as well as done as an entrepreneurial activity in the northern India, because the cultivation of host plants is a little bit difficult in Tamil Nadu. Then cochineal insects, so that is being produced for the purpose of making dyes, from which the dyes are extracted and that is being sold. Because nowadays you may be knowing that even if you are going for getting a saree, or if you are going for getting any of the clothing materials, you come to know that it is being synthetic or artificial dye. Synthetic or artificial dyes. So the shop owner may be telling that, so this is a natural dye. The cloth is made up of natural dye. So in that way, the natural dyes which are being obtained from this, and that is being sold for a high cost. Then crickets, cockroaches, and also the wax worms. So these are all again another industry is there, that is insect as a food. Insect as a food. So even if you are going to countries like China, or if you are going to the countries like Africa, there are several insects are being sold in the market for the purpose of making food. Insect as a food. So that is also one of the growing industry, because through which we can supplement nutrients. Then butterfly farming. This is again another kind of entrepreneurial activity, that is called a butterfly farming. So which is mainly for the practice of raising butterflies in the captivity. So in a closed area, we can multiply or we can grow the butterflies for the purpose of research, conservation and other purposes. It is also one of the source of income. It is being one of the major source of income in many of the developed countries. Whereas in the countries like India or the developing countries, the concept is gaining momentum slowly. The concept is gaining momentum slowly, because now only we are getting awareness about all these things. That is the reason. Then coming to the other entrepreneurial activities which are associated with the entomology, plant pathology, and also microbiology. Here in the slide you can able to see some of the company names that we have given. So Aptec, then Stains, then Copert, and also Samriddhi Crops. So all these are involved in the production of the biological materials. Even IPL Biological is also there. They are involving in the production of the biologicals. So biologicals is nothing but an alternative to the agrochemicals. Because in agrochemicals we are using chemical for the killing the insects or killing the pathogens. Whereas these bioproducts are purely organic and they are environmentally friendly. So for that also we have a lot of opportunities to create units or startups in the production of the biocontrol agents. So in the slide you can able to see there will be a macrobials. Macrobials means insects like ladybird beetles, like Chrysoperla cornea, green lacewings. So these are all the insects can be multiplied in the laboratory and it can be sold to the farmers for a minimum cost. Even in Pondicherry as well as in other parts of Tamil Nadu, we used to have the biocontrol laboratories that are owned by private persons. They are involving in the production of ladybird beetles, they are involving in the production of the green lacewings, and they are selling it to the farmers. Similarly, the parasitoids like trichogramma, you all come to know a little later what is trichogramma and how it is being used. So all those things can be produced in the laboratory as an entrepreneurial activity. So you can start your own business for the production of coccinellid beetle, for the production of lacewing bugs. Similarly, you can also go ahead with the production of Trichoderma viridi. That is a pathogen, Trichoderma viridi. So or otherwise you can go ahead with the production of Beauveria bassiana, Metarrhizium anisophyli. So all these are microbials, or they are comes under the category of biologicals, and they are having a very good market. Even our country now, Prime Minister Modi ji also announced, as well as Modi ji also promoted the use of biologicals. So to safeguard the environment. So for which government is giving a lot of help to establish or set up these units so that we can make the environment neat and clean. Then mushroom cultivation. You all may be knowing that. Mushroom cultivation is one of the predominant activity that is being done by many of the rural youths. Even in the small shops as well as in the supermarkets, you may be knowing that there will be mushroom boxes. So where from it comes? It is being produced in a small huts of the villages. Even if you have interest, you can just form a small huts where you can grow these mushrooms and you can sell it. You can give it to the shops. You can earn an additional income. So it is one another entrepreneurial activity that is predominantly seen in many of the rural youths. Then looking into the biofertilizers. There are several units have been started by our own students, my own classmates, juniors. They have set up a biofertilizer units from which they are getting a very good income. Okay, you may be knowing about the biofertilizers, namely Azospirillum, Pseudomonas fluorescens, Trichoderma viridi, Phosphobacteria, Rhizobium, aceto factor. So all these things are being manufactured in a small units and they are being sold to the farmers. So in two ways, one thing we can earn as an entrepreneurial activity and another thing we can also safeguard the environment. Because we can avoid the use of agrochemicals, thereby we can easily able to protect the environment. Then another aspect is organic farming. You may be knowing about, or we are talking about more organic farming. Because of the residues, because of the indiscriminate use of insecticides or the chemicals, now we are switching over to organic farming, isn't it? So this is mainly to safeguard the environment. So even the organic farming will give a huge margin of income to those who are involving in the organic farming and compared to the normal farming, because the organic products will fetch a higher value in the market. Organic farming or organic products will fetch a higher value in the market. Even if you are going to cities like Chennai, you can able to see there will be a separate vegetable compartments. One is organic and another one is normal. So the organic products will have a market as well as organic produce will fetch a higher price. So through which we can easily able to earn. Even some of the farmers are involved in the organic rice production, some are involved in the organic vegetable production. So in that way we can easily able to earn more by doing this practice. So this is future of farming, that is organic farming. So far we have discussed about the 4 different aspects. Higher education and research, government jobs, jobs in the private sectors, then entrepreneurship and self-employment. So I have given you an idea about what are the opportunities, career options and the entrepreneurial options for you after completing your graduation. I have highlighted it and more highlighted towards the entomology. I hope that you know. So finally I conclude that the agriculture degree provides a strong foundation for careers in farming, agribusiness, research and public policy. Whether pursuing higher education, government jobs, entrepreneurship or corporate roles, the field offers vast potential for growth and contribution to the global food security. Already I have pointed out very clearly about this. How do these segments which involves in the agriculture production and sustainability, choosing the right path or right career path depends on the individual interests, skills and long-term goals. Because everyone will have their own individuality. Somebody will like to work under government, somebody will ready to work under the private sector, somebody will ready to start a entrepreneurship activity or a new business. So that depends on the person and that depends on the skill they used to have. So we have given an idea, the choice is with you. So you have to select a path to which you are going to move. Okay, so anyhow we have given a base idea and awareness about the career options and entrepreneurial options for you after completing graduation through this program. So finally I thank the authorities for giving this opportunity to discuss with you for the last 1 hour about the career options and entrepreneurial options for agriculture graduates. Now I am ready to discuss with you regarding the topic. Thank you. Students can discuss with me if you have any doubt.
If you need any clarification, you can ask your questions. That's it. Kandippa doubt irukkum. be more interactive. Anybody? Akash? Ellame purinjicha? So sir, Dr. KATHIRVELU, very dearest friend of me, a renowned entomologist. Though he is an entomologist, he covered all aspects of many concepts including pathology, agronomy, soil science, everything. So he has given you an overall perspective on the job opportunities available to you, right? Even including foreign country opportunities. And specifically he stressed more on entrepreneurship. It's just an awareness program. Our duty is to give you an awareness in this regard. So it is your duty to grab the opportunities and become so prosperous in your life. All the very best.
Any doubt?
So on your behalf, I thank Dr. KATHIRVELU for his strenuous effort. He has prepared a lot and presented to you. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much. And